It's 9:13 and I left my curtain open last night, hoping that I would get up earlier, but I just fought all my alarms like the whole time. Look at that. I can hear you Clem Fandango thing stuck in my head. I'm definitely not awake enough for this. I woke up to turn off my heater. Woke up to turn it back on again. Just turning off alarms all morning. And I know somewhere in there I took the last stomach acid reducer pill that was in that bottle. I have another bottle ready to go, so no big deal. I don't know what today is going to look like. Probably a whole lot of nothing. Because this year.
Check out this nice low number, and now I'm going to show you how I'm going to mess it up.
I was not expecting that number on the scale. I'm going to go grab some coffee. And then, after coffee, I'm going to wait because it's Thanksgiving and my family has to have a turkey. Even when my family is, some of them in one town, some of them in another town, some of them here. So, my kids are still with their dad. My parents still have to make a turkey. It's very likely that some of this turkey is going to go get dropped off at my brother's house.
It's just not Thanksgiving without your parents insisting on the infrared cage dancing turkey, but I managed to make some low-carb bread cubes for stuffing, which we did that instead of stovetop like my mom was going to do. And then I hung out on the couch for a real long time and watched the numbers to loudly report them back to my dad, whose hearing aids are in the shop. I ended up with this lovely plate, which doesn't look too bad from a good perspective, but it's actually a lot more high calorie than you'd think. And I finished up with half of one of these pumpkin cakes, and then later on I ate the other half of the chocolate cake that I had had the night before. It's 2:26 and I ate too much. It was all really good though. But it's like, yeah, I had 2 cups of coffee. I didn't use my regular creamer. I used actually heavy whipping cream. I cubed up all that bread for the stuffing, which I probably ate too much of. But it was like 2 net carbs, a slice, and there's no way I had more than 2 slices of that. And the keto desserts, I was only able to eat half of this pumpkin cupcake. It was, oh my gosh. It was good enough that I don't regret not having pumpkin pie. I did not get around to trying out the dough. I had a really modest plate. I didn't pile it up because, unlike my folks, I am kind of itty bitty. Being small naturally runs with the whole birth defects that Vascular Association folks are generally pretty small. So I know I'm not supposed to be eating like everybody else eats. I made sure that my dad knew that there was gluten-free stuff for mom, and then we kind of tore into the keto desserts. It's like, yay, we can have this stuff and it won't kill our diets. So now he's getting ready to not be home for a few days because he's got like a hunting trip or something, and I think they're leaving tomorrow for that. Or at least he and his buddies are. I think my mom's staying home. So there's a lot of that to get ready for, I guess. I ate too much. The dog show, we've been watching that, and I've been thinking, it's like, what would it be like if my youngest tried to have his own dog show? And I think I'm going to help him when he gets back make a video kind of along those lines, just see what happens. He has his own YouTube channel, and I help him with that stuff occasionally, but he's figured out how to make videos with still shots of his little Lego creations. So he's only done that with like a voiceover and stuff a couple times. He figured out how to do a voice change on it. It's pretty neat when he does this, but it's rare. So if I'm editing for him, it'd probably be cool. It's 10:24, and instead of watching mindless TV, I am so far down the rabbit hole in genealogy stuff and all the Ancestry.com stuff. And not sponsored, but why are so many of my ancestors from Baden-Württemberg, Germany, and Scotland? I don't look German. I don't get it. It's 11:39, and I've been at this for hours. Hours. I found some stuff that kind of replaced some of the question marks in a big family binder of names, dates, places. And I've been penciling it in next to those question marks, but yeah. Okay, I see the clock. It just switched to 11:40, and I've got to call it a night, or I'm gonna be doing this like all night. And yeah, I think I'm done. I gotta get myself straightened out and ready for bed. It's 12:54, and I have a big red dot on my face, but I swear it's intentional. It's skincare, I promise. My hair is not holding up too good. I tried to get some of this product to work today with like a smaller amount, but yeah, not so much. It's gonna be one of those things. It's gonna take some adjusting. I have noticed since the last attempt to cover up some of the red that keeps coming through that I'm getting some little unintentional bangs, and pretty soon I think I'm gonna roll with it, but maybe not just yet. So I came across a really cool name, and I love getting into genealogy because it's something that I can do on my phone. I can track down my ancestors through the power of Google, through a tiny computer that I hold in my hand that I mostly use for looking at memes. But I love coming across really cool names, and I found one today. I'm going to show you guys right here. Yeah. Christian Outlaw. A woman, not a guy. That's not to say I don't come across cool guys' names too, but this was not too long after the witch trials, so Puritan names were like still kind of, in vogue. In a similar thread of the family tree, I also found, I think it was like patience and trust. It's a different branch, though, that gets tracked through Mary Mercy and her mom, Patience Brewster, who came over on the Mayflower. It's a whole different stack of names and dates and stuff. But this one was really cool. It stuck out. The Outlaw last name carries into England, where it gains an E as you go further back. So that's a lot of fun. It's fun to find little things like that. Go through people's wills and stuff. I found one will today that was really cool, where a guy was it's like just kind of an add-on thing, but he intentionally willed a chunk of land to his stepdaughter and assigned one of his sons to make sure that she got it, or was other ways paid a chunk of money within 1 year of his death. And of course, he also passed away the same day that the will was set in motion. It was neat. I haven't gotten this heavy into genealogy in a while. And every time I think I've exhausted a branch and gone to a different branch of my family tree, I always wind up doubling back and finding more stuff. Now, one thing that I do find very irritating is that most of the branches of my family tree have been in the U.S. since the early 1700s, which means there's a lot of digging through a lot of lost records to try to find where they came from. Particularly my namesake, which just, I mean, not namesake, but my specific surname, we can't track it out of the US. It just pops up one day in Maryland. The guy marries some girl and they move to Indiana. And so many of my dad's relatives still live in Indiana, or they were born there. We have a cemetery with our last name on it. Yeah, that's because so many of them are there. As enough genealogy. I think the last time I dyed my hair, I think the little bangs are coming up because I took a beating and it didn't really hold. Didn't do what I wanted. My color is fading. I don't like it. I'm gonna have to try again with something else. I think my moisturizer is certainly kicking butt. I just haven't been using it enough. That, or just the ring light drowns out my creases. Also, I've had a few days where I've skipped my skincare. I'm paying for that now. Stress, same. Tomorrow, I'm not gonna push myself to try to make my calories tomorrow after what I've done today. I did some damage, I'm sure. I did have to wait a while between the plate of food, the half a pumpkin cake, and then the remaining half a chocolate cake. But to make certain that I don't get hungry in the middle of the night and get into junk food, I grabbed one of those little mini Baby Bell cheeses, and those are 70 calories. It still might have been too much. I thought I was just a lightweight for alcohol and certain medications, but now that I've dropped almost 30 pounds, I'm starting to think I'm also a lightweight for carbs and calories. Now, if I could get some exercise in to burn off some of those carbs, or burn off some of those calories, it wouldn't be that big a deal. But until that happens, it's a big deal. I haven't been able to do much today. Aside from cubing the bread and toasting it, because honestly my shoulders have been hurting all day and I just didn't want to take anything for it, especially when I didn't have to. So that is why I've been on my phone all day goofing off with genealogy stuff. So I think I'm done for the day. I don't really have plans for tomorrow. I have a couple of things I probably should get done and a couple more things that I really need to do, but that's pretty much it. So me and my giant red wart looking dot. This is actually one of those Yes to Tomatoes or whatever. Pimple clearing patch spot treatment, whatever. Feels like it's going to come off, but it's probably going to still be there in the morning. Me and my big red dot are calling it a night. Is 1:02 in the morning now. And I'm probably going to have to speed this up because I talk slow and I'm exhausted, even with having done nothing but consume calories and goof off on my phone. So, thanks for sharing my day with me.